I've been alone with you inside my mind, and in my dreams I've kissed your lips 1,000 times. I sometimes see you pass outside my door. Hello, is it me you're looking for?
So I'm here with the amazing, mystifying vocalist, Mr. Carl Brister. I always get tongue tied because I be speaking too fast. That caffeine be on me, Carl. So now, Carl, for those just getting introduced to you, who is Carl Brister beyond the music?
Oh, wow. Beyond the music, who is Carl Brister? Well, I am first and foremost uh, a lover of Christ. I am a Christ follower and love Jesus. I'm a family uh, father, husband, all of those things. And I'm really just somebody who wants to be light or be a positive light because we have so many other things that we can choose to be. So I think that's ultimately my my design is to be as positive of a light that I can be.
I love that. What's something people assume about you that's completely off?
That's completely off. I don't know. I don't know what they even assume about me, so
I
I
would
don't
never
know.
have guessed that you were a school teacher, so that's number one.
Really?
Really? Well, I mean, you're on BET, you're performing, you're doing all these things. One would not correlate that with that type of talent that you are a school teacher on the other side of that.
Okay. Yeah, I guess so. There's Clark Kent, and then
Mhm.
there's.
Superman.
So
Now, like I just mentioned, you are currently a teacher. How does someone go from being not just an educator, but a math scholar to the studio as a classically trained vocalist?
so I actually am what's called an educational consultant. So I left the classroom about 3 years ago, actually, um, to follow my passion in music. But along the route, I still provide instruction to teachers, and I still create workshops and things like that for students. I'm just not in the class every day, and I think I think really artists, we really are deep down teachers in
Mhm.
some way, shape. Like we're teaching through our art about something, even if we're not trying, we are teaching something through art. And for me, I just realized that I had a heart for it. And I want to be that helper to people. And I was able to do that through teaching. I was able to go that extra mile to make sure that that kid that said, I can't do this, I'm never going to learn this, had somebody else there to say, you can, but you can do it in your way and in your time. That was and is the type of teacher that I found out that I am, and I continue to do that even now.
Okay, I love it. Now, you come from a musical background where you discover your singing chops at the age of 7. However, what moment made you realize singing wasn't just a passion, but something that you truly wanted to pursue as a career?
Um, You know, it's always like I remember I was playing piano. You know, I think I know what it was. My dad brought home this 100-year-old green piano.
Wow.
It was made out of solid oak. I mean, he was helping move like an elderly couple out of their home, and they didn't know what to do with this piano. So he was like, I'll take it. And it was huge. They could barely fit it through the door, right?
Right.
And it was 100 years old, but I loved that piano.
Uh,
I loved it. And I would come home every day, not just to play it, but to write songs because I knew singing was my true heart. And I would write songs all the time, every day, run home. And it was this thing within me that I needed to get out. And I think I'm still that kid somewhere. I when I get an idea for a song, I just gotta get it out. So I think that's really what where I found my passion.
and you still having fun with it.
I still love it. I still love it. It's still fun. It's still fulfilling. And I still have the same fire.
Which is wonderful because sometimes it can get, when you've had decades or however long you've been doing this, you can hit a burnout and like, man, is this what I'm supposed to be doing? So to see that you still got that fire, you still have that voice, like Pretty Ricky still has that voice. You still have your voice. Now, um, how would you describe your sound to someone hearing you for the first time?
I would say that it's undefined.
Mhm.
I would ask them to kindly not put it in a box.
Mhm.
I would ask them to allow it to introduce itself to them. And then they begin to say what it means to them. My music, it transcends genres. It's heavily soul,
Right.
but it transcends any one particular grouping because soul is not really about genre, it's about heart.
Hmm.
It's about speaking your truth and in whatever sound palette it goes into to get that truth out. It could be country, which I've done. It could
Hmm.
be R&B, which I do. It's classical, which I do. It's pop. It's jazz. But the one through line is its soul. It's soulful. So I would say if I had to say one word, it's soulful and it's unique unto itself. And please allow it to be that so you could find out what it means to you.
It's funny, and it's not funny and not coincidental that whenever I send the Zoom link, I put mystifying vocalist because there are no words to describe, not, just what I hear. I know what I hear when I listen to your sound and listen to you sing, but it's just so beautiful. So I don't put it into a category, if that makes sense. I've heard
Thank you.
you're welcome. I've heard your country, I've heard your gospel, I've heard your soul, but because you put so much into your vocals, it's just hard to pinpoint what that should be. So I'm like, okay, well, we'll just say mystifying or
I'll
angelic.
take it. I'll take that. I'll take that too.
Now,
Humbly.
you're welcome. Now, how do you handle, like you said, you're a songwriter as well. So, how do you handle creative blocks?
Uh, I've learned to I've learned to let them be what they are and not force it. So I try to just find out what the song is saying and let it be that. Because I think when I do have a block, it's because I'm trying to make it be something.
Mm-hmm.
But when I just let it go, release it, and give it time to reveal itself to me, then I find what is supposed to be. So sometimes it's just not the right time.
Right.
Sometimes it's just not the right time. And you just got to accept that and relax in it. I do a lot of working out, running, um, and I like to just sort of kind of let my mind just chill and get off the anxiety bus so that I could relax in the song and give it time to speak to me.
I love that. What is the best time of day for your creative thinking? For me, it's early in the morning, like 5, 6 a.m. What does that look like for you?
I'm an early guy. Yeah, I love that stillness of the morning. Um, the air is fresh, all of your mind is fresh. In fact, like often when I have to review music, review like a recording or a video or all of that, or a mix, I'll ask the producer to say, just give me a moment with it. Normally, it's let me listen to it in the morning because I feel most fresh at that time.
And I usually say, let me live with this for a minute. So all creatives have, well, certain creatives have the same thought process, I see. Now,
Yeah.
when you look at your journey so far, what period shaped you the most? Where has music taken you that changed your perspective?
This period has
Oh,
shaped me the most. This period right now, the time of having a family, especially raising two boys,
wow.
it shaped me the most. I can remember making sure that the first song my youngest child heard was a song I wrote from my experience with my his older brother.
Hmm.
And I became really concerned about lyrics
Hmm.
and what these two little sponges in the back in them car seats was hearing. And I became very aware of the music that I was playing in the car and the music that I would choose to write, the way that I would conduct or carry myself as an artist, and the space that I was comfortable working within was being guided by this family that I have. And it's really, really shaped who I am today as an artist.
And as a man of virtue. Um, what is something about the industry people don't really see from the outside and something that you were not prepared for?
Ooh, you gotta get me in trouble.
Oh, okay. Let's skip that one. Let's skip that one, Carl. We like if this is the best moment that's giving you good perspective, we don't want it. We don't want it to end here. So,
No, I think it's important. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. All right, I'm gonna tell you at least this much.
okay.
Um, I think I think something that all artists need to be knowledgeable of is something I heard Queen Latifah say many, 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 many years ago, which was the fame comes long before the fortune.
That's right.
And now that, we're in this season of social media, really understanding that everything that you see is not real.
Hmm.
Um, and going into the music industry, understanding that it is a business, and knowing that there's dollars and cents to everything, and you need to know which dollars belong to you
Right.
and which cents which cents you need to make sure are coming to you, and understanding ownership matters.
Well, that's a fact.
Ownership matters. And you can definitely be the face of something and never own it, and that will make the difference between whether you can sustain yourself or you forever be in debt. So all of these things are like the school of hard knocks that you learn the hard way sometimes. And I personally am doing what I can to share with artists what I know, and so we can all thrive.
Okay. And thank you for sharing that. Um, Now we talked about it not too long ago. And I don't think I'm going to ask you that question because you already answered it just about artists or not artists, but industry placing artists in the box and about your music. Influence and inspiration. You once met your favorite artist and inspiration, Fred Hammond, for the first time while performing on BET, but you didn't speak to him because of timing and happenstance. If you could go back and relive that moment, what would you say to him?
Gosh, I would I would I would like to think that I'd say first, thank you.
Mhm.
Thank you for the your art and your work that you left for so many of us, and how it has touched our lives and gotten us through some moments, you
Right.
know. And I'd love to be a fly on the wall when he's creating, because I think he's a masterful musician and singer. Um, and what I get from him, and one of my other favorites, CC Winans, I just get a sense of sincerity in their presentation that I truly, truly admire.
Okay. So that was really good. Because I was like, should I ask that again? Now, your newest single, Hello, is an ode to Lionel Richie. We got that right this time. What
Shout
was it?
out.
What was it about that record that made you want to re-image it? Did you feel pressure taking on such a huge song?
I did not feel any pressure. You know, when I tell, when people find out that I did Hello, they're like, "What? You did Hello?"
Mhm.
Mm. Like I climbed Mount Everest, And I think it's beautiful that people have this love and, you know, admiration for his song, because I think it's one of the most beautiful songs ever written
Right.
to me. And so what inspired me was, or were, or are the lyrics. I love the lyrics. Um, and I didn't feel any pressure because I never wanted, or I never set out to try to redo his version. And I always hear it the way it is in my head. I've always seen it as a movie. I've always seen and heard and sung this song as if it were a score to this romance film. And so that's what you hear in my version. I always say that his version is the classic love song, and I just wanted to make something for a classic romantic movie. I wanted people to feel like they were in their own movie when they heard my interpretation of the song.
It's a beautiful song, the way that you did it. Now, do you feel like you've honored both the past and the present with this version?
I feel like I did it the way it was given to me.
Mhm.
And so I feel really at peace. And I'm very proud because I know it doesn't follow a trend. It's just honest. And so in that space, I feel really good.
Now, what do you want your new listeners to take away from it?
I want them to hear my heart. I want them to know that this song was sung from a really, really honest place. And I just want them to feel like they can connect with other people the same way. Just be your authentic self in whatever relationship it is and trust that. And I feel like that's what I set out to do. And I just hope it truly connects.
Okay. Now, what do you want long-term fans of the original to feel?
Now that's another question. I want them to feel like two things can be true. I want them to feel like being open to embracing this version doesn't mean you have to let go of the original.
Right.
Two things can be true. You can love both, in fact, and not be um, abandoning, the original.
Right.
So yeah, I want them to feel free to to appreciate what each one brings without it taken away from either.
Okay. That's a good response. Now, if Lionel Richie heard your version today, what reaction are you hoping for?
I hope I hope that Lionel feels proud of it. I hope he feels honored by it. Um, and I hope that he knows that it was done from a heart that really, really respects his work, um, and respects it so much that I didn't try to mimic or copy what he did. Um, but I had a vision for it and felt free enough to follow that path because he left no stone unturned with what he already created. So I made space to follow my own way respectfully. I hope that he takes that away from it.
I think he'll love it. Now, um, is music your therapy, purpose, or both?
I think music is, I think it's more of a I don't know. I think it's a vehicle.
Hmm.
I think it's it's a vehicle for me. My purpose, I believe, is to impact and affect lives. And I think the way that I get to do that primarily is through music. And that's how I see it.
Okay.
I hope
Now,
I'm not being all deep and
no,
all heady, but that's how I feel.
no, you want to answer the question where it's what you're actually saying and you want it received in that way. So I understand. Um, if you think deeply, then that's just what it is. If you feel deeply, that's what it is. So
Yeah. You
now,
know why I say that though? You know, if I might, um, because artists, like I feel like as artists, we are deep, right? And
right.
music is my passion. Uh, but I feel like we have to be careful that the thing that we love, even music, doesn't, what's the word I'm looking for? Like it, even music, the thing that we love, even
Doesn't
music,
control you.
yes, I want to say it doesn't, we master it, it doesn't master us.
Mhm.
Even music, as much as I love music, as much as I love music, it's air to me. But there are, it's not the only thing that I love. It's not the only thing that I can do. And if for some reason I'm not in a position to do music, I can still find a way because my purpose is bigger than even music.
Okay. Now, I'm glad you said that, Carl, because now you got to answer the next question.
Uh-oh.
No, it's not heavy. What else are you doing with your talents? I know that you are supposed to use everything that God gave you and don't leave this world full. So, what else do you have that God lent you?
Well, I I do a lot of work in the community through a nonprofit that I began called Music Village. Um, I create workshops and professional development and performance assemblies and concert series around how do we make sure that we all are represented in the arts that we're teaching our kids?
Mm-hmm.
How do we make sure that when we're teaching classical music, that we're connecting that to students who may not come from that a Western background so that they could get excited about that music too?
Right.
And how are we putting other rhythms in into the classroom so that students that come from nations that might infuse other types of ways of moving can get excited about the music the same as those who don't. Like I think it's really important at a young age that kids learn to value one another and all that we all bring. And so I think that the essence of Music Village is to make an impact, to inspire people to love and to seek unity and diversity and inclusive ways of life, and using music as a vehicle to share that message.
Okay. That's fantastic. Now, what's next for you that people should be paying attention to?
Yeah. So more music, first of all, more music. It is my heart, and I am working in studio even now to to bring a full project to life and touring. Touring, that is my other heart to really connect. Like, it's so much, there's so many things out here like that sort of keep us apart, but I want to come and I want to be a connector through the music in a live space. I love that aspect of what I do, and I can't wait. And then lastly, looking to connect these songs that I am writing to movies and film. So
I have no doubt
look out for all of that.
about it. The film work is coming. Like I asked you before, what film would you want to do? Or, if you could do a full movie score. And I can't remember what you said. What did you say?
I said Love Jones.
Of Jones. Hmm.
Yeah, Love Jones, but like a newer version of it. Like not a reboot, though I wouldn't knock that either. But where are they now?
Right.
What does Love Jones look like now? I think that's an interesting perspective.
It
What
is.
happened to what happened to those characters, and did that Jones continue?
Right.
And how do they make it continue? Like, I think that's something that we don't always see.
I think that's another script that you can work on, though.
Okay, I love it. I'm down. I'm in. I'm in.
Now, and speaking of scripts, you just, I don't know, are you finished with the video or are you in the makings of the video for your newest single, Hello?
Yes, yes, yes. So we did a cinematic video for Hello. It will drop in July. It's coming up. Y'all gotta stay tuned and all of that stuff. And um, I'm really excited. I'm acting in it, and it honors our military. Um, it takes the story of Hello and puts it in a whole different space. I don't want to give too much of it away, but it really does look at our military and the sacrifices that they make, and because sometimes we forget they're humans
Right,
beings. They have lives that they make sacrifices for to protect and to serve. And what does that look like when you have to make changes quickly to do exactly that? What happens to those relationships? And how do they endure?
it's beautiful. The concept is beautiful. Now, my final question, well, actually, I have two questions. When you
I was
look
gonna
back,
say we done already.
well, the last time we got cut off. Now, when you look back on this moment 10 years from now, what would you say to your future self about staying the course and believing that everything you're building is possible?
I really want to say to my future self that it was worth it, that you held on. You held on, you didn't give up, and you stayed the course and you stayed you. And good job.
Good job. Now, what do you think you'll need to remind yourself along the way?
Mhm. Woo. I'm gonna need some prayer. I'm gonna need some, I'm gonna need some prayer. Um, I don't know. I think it's helpful whenever I get out and perform, because your perspective can be so different when you're isolated in the studio, or you're around just industry folk. But when you get around the people that actually are loving your music or listening to your music or waiting for new music, you get a whole different appreciation for what you do and what you have done. And so I think making sure that I'm in spaces where I can hear from people who are engaging with my music will be helpful to remind me of everything I need to know.
Okay. Now this is my final question for real. Where can our viewers download your music and follow you on social media?
Okay, yeah. So the very, very best place is my website, which is carlbrister.com. And on social, you can find me on IG, FB, YouTube, on at Carl Brister Official. All three of those are at Carl Brister Official.
We got action. So thank you so much, Carl. I do have one bonus question if we don't get cut off. What do you
Yay.
hope what do you hope hasn't changed about you by then in 10 years?
Oh, wow.
Mhm.
I will say you have some really, really good questions.
Thank you.
Yes. My heart, my heart, I hope is consistent. My heart for what I do, my heart for who I serve, and my heart for people, and my passion for music that's honest. I hope all of that is the same and consistent.
I love it. You will not be corrupted. I promise you. So thank you so much. And we got it. Thank you, Carl.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Welcome. And we beat the clock. Whoop, whoop.
I've been alone with you inside my mind. And in my dreams, I've kissed your lips 1,000 times. I sometimes see you pass outside my door.